Right, so let's do some more TA, and we're gonna look at a bunch of telecom tickers today on ASX. Today is the Sunday, 15th of December. Maybe it's a good time to prepare for the trading day starting tomorrow on Monday. So first one I'm gonna look at is this VOC, which is VOCUS group. I have no idea what it is, but basically it was a bubble, right? It was a bubble. It went from zero to hero, 2000%, and now it has collapsed to the bottom of 77%, right? A huge amount. It went down. So and now what we see on the 3 months chart, right? This is a 3 months chart. You've created a generation of bag holders right here. You gotta think about it psychologically. All the people that bought in this area here are pretty much losing money, right? So when you were, let's say you were investing in the anywhere up to October 2013, you lost money. So now maybe lots of people are just hoping to be break even, right? And and that's why when the price shoots up like this, people sell to get break even. So now there's a resistance created in this area with people from 2015 and 16 trying to get out. You've been basically duped, right? It's a bubble. You thought it was, wow, this time is different. We're going to the moon. We're going, whatever this VOC is, it's going to the $20. Whoever bought here, at the top, it sucks. But once again, we can see there is some monthly bearish divergence. We got a lower low on the RSI, while we got a high on the. But once again, look, we've got 44% on the bearish divergence. So this week here signaled the top, and then we had a huge dump just non-stop for 3 months, pretty much 3 months and another 3 months. So now what we have is, we've bottomed out right there, which sort of makes sense because there was some action here from 2013. So all the people, there's a support here. So we had a bounce, but we got rejected once again, and we cannot close above this EMAs. 21 and 13 EMAs getting rejected on 3 monthly. Let's zoom in and have a look on the zoom in for the weekly. So the weekly we were sort of getting oversold, right? And that's why we're bouncing. We've sort of formed like a bottoming formation here, which the price wouldn't get any follow through going down. So that's why the pump came in, because the bears didn't have any follow through. And then as you can see, we broke above the 21 EMA, and then we had a pump, which was just a fake out to trap more longs, hopeful longs. And then a huge dump here on big volume down the bottom there, right? The other thing to notice is the bottom, or almost the bottom, was marked by this climax volume here. See, it's a huge volume. There is a short wick, I guess, comparative to the body of the candle, but the volume marked pretty much almost the bottom, right? Once we got there, we still set a lower low and a lower low here, but just a little bit, and then we pumped. So this climax volume is pretty important. And here, I guess this is a climax top, right? And that's we dumped, and now we're probably gonna dump lower. This is an important point now. So we are about to start downtrending on the weekly again. If we break this low of 281, and then, well, the next weekly support is going to be 211, which is the bottom, multi-year bottom basically. So we have to hold this. Like, if we don't hold this, you know, it's going to be, we're going to be testing this area again. I mean, there is support there, so we're likely to bounce somewhere along the way. But let's have a look on the daily. Okay, so we oversold on the daily. We're having, that's why there's a bounce here, but the bounce got rejected straight away. So we're likely. So let's see if we can change the daily trend here. I mean, you need a weekly uptrend here, like. Like, we're below the EMAs on the weekly. Sorry, I was looking at the monthly before, I mixed it up. Yes, that's why it looks different. So monthly, this is the monthly, we're below the 21 EMAs. We tried to get, but it was a fake out, so now we're again below. We attempted it twice with these 2 weeks, which is like the scissors there, and we got rejected again. So now we got this monthly low. And if we break, we're going to be monthly low. So on the weekly, we're, you know, it looks bad. You know, it's if you can, what you can do is you can invert scale, and you know, it sort of looks bullish, right? It's like massive bounce here, and now this could be a cup and handle formation if we do form something like this is the cup. If we reject from the top in low, like a bull flag, and then we can break up. So this is a bullish formation if we could confirm by breaking out above here. It looks bullish on the inverted chart, right? But on the weekly, and so if you invert it back, it looks bearish, right? It looks bearish, and we have a bunch of support here. So maybe we're gonna bounce before 2011 is reached. 211, sorry. So so on the daily, huge dump here. We're oversold, so there needs to be a bounce, some sort of bounce. But I doubt we're gonna get much. We're probably gonna get rejected from 21 EMA or the 13 EMA once again here. But I mean, if what we need to do is we need to form another bottoming formation. Like over here, you can see it was getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and it had like a little, you know, triangle, and then boom, it broke out, right? So we need something similar to that, where just the volatility dies out. And then we can hope to get a move, right? Because right now it's just really volatile, and it's gonna bounce up. It needs to form a bottom, which we can't see yet. We just oversold, so there's gonna be an oversold bounce. Let's see the RSI on the weekly. It's not oversold yet, so we had the bounce. Sort of, you know, we had the bullish divergence on the weekly. How many times, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then on the third one we started forming a bottom, and then we shot up. So you know, we need something similar again, unless there is some huge news, you know. So anyway, let's move on to the next one. This is taking a bit too long, to be honest. VOC, so SLC Super, what is it? SLC Superloop Limited. So I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like some sort of a junk, right? You know, if you bought this stock anywhere, you're pretty much down, right? You're losing money, you want to get out. There's like weeks to the upside, and you're just getting smashed back down straight away on the 3 monthly. So you know, we're downtrending on the monthly. We're getting oversold on the monthly, so that's why there's like a volume coming in, climax volume. So we're starting to show signs that the bears are not having too much follow through. The bulls are attempting to form a high or low, and then change the trend on the monthly to get the uptrend. But then we're gonna have this EMA's nice rejection here. We might have a rejection once again over there. On the weekly, so on the weekly we're getting a bullish divergence between these 2 points. There and there. So we got high low on the RSI, but low on the price action. So that's why we're getting more volume, and the bulls are attempting to form a high low and change the trend. So they did change the trend on the weekly here by having high low and high, but we gave back a bit too much and we actually broke the bottom there. So we broke the bottom there, back to low again, but the bulls bought the dip, so that's a good sign, and they've done it twice with the 2 weeks, so we're likely to bounce here a little bit more. I would think so on the weekly. On the daily, so we wicked over to get a high. Now we formed a high low, and now I think because the range is so large here, 13%, we're forming an equilibrium on the daily. So the likely scenario is that we're gonna top out. If we haven't topped out yet, we're gonna top out somewhere here and then get a high low. So you can play off that, you can play off that, trying to get a high low on the daily, and then hope that the daily RSI keeps going up. Well, my scale is, I have to change my scale, but anyway, my the RSI will break out above this. It's pretty much in the process of breaking out of this level. So let's form a high low, and then we will hope to shoot up, and we're hoping to get a lower high on the weekly then, right? We're gonna break out and form a lower high, maybe somewhere just above the 21 EMA, similar to here. So that could be hope for the bulls, but it's a shitty chart, right? It's just downtrending on all time frames. What else can you draw here? Yeah, so due for a bounce, but overall downtrending. Yeah. Okay, so we'll see MPI. So MPI is what is this? I can't find that one. Maybe it was MIP. MPI. Alright, never mind for MPI. TPM. TPG. So this is TPG. Let's have a look at it. Good old TPG. So they had the massive run up here because TPG just went from 0 to hero, I guess. Look at this bearish divergence played out. Boom. Massive fall. Massive fall here. And now it had a high low, shot up. So this is sideways movement here, so we can break out up and up or down, and you can see on the 3 monthly there is 2 inside bars at the moment, 1, 2, so that's gonna be watch out. So we need to zoom in. Let's have a look on the monthly here. The monthly, we had the big run, we gave back a lot on the consolidation, and now we're just about the golden pocket, and we don't want to go below. So this is a zone of high volume here, right? High volume. So let's zoom in a bit more to see what's going on. So let's see, we got this dump here. There's a double top here. You gotta watch out for the double top. So we're basically in this range now, right? We're getting tighter. We're getting tighter, so there's gonna be a big breakout. Look, there was a little fake out right there. There was a little fake out right there to trap some people, but let's see if we can hold this 645 now. We need to hold 645, and then we need to break out above this one. And how to confirm the breakout? It needs to have a huge volume coming through, and you need to break this resistance of 714, 715, and then we need, at the same time, you need to break, you know, there's a lot of resistance up here right there, right? So we need to break out all these resistances over in the same move to confirm it. To break out against 735 is the last one, and then you got another one far away. So that's on the weekly. It's getting tighter, so it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Our size really tight is just around 50 mark. TPG, yeah, TPG is the one to look out for. You know, it's getting, seems to be thinly traded. It's got gaps left and right. No, actually, no, it's pretty well traded. It's not too bad on, doesn't look too bad on the half hour. So yeah, we got oversold in 1 hour. That's why we're bouncing here. So yeah, this is the range to watch. It's a big range. Is it? Is it a big range? Let's have a look. What's the percentage moves here? Yeah, like 10%. 10% range. So we're either gonna break up or break down here. And once again, which way we're gonna break down? You know, we're coming from the top, so we're likely to break down statistically wise. But you know, you have to wait confirmation, right? You have to have low risk entries. So a low risk entry could be down the bottom at the, you know, somewhere above the trend line here, and then you get out if you break it. If you break it, that's the low risk, and then you're hoping to either go up. You're hoping that it will do, you know, something like this, and then you can take off the profit here. Or you can hope that it's gonna break through, but you have to be careful, and you know, you don't want to enter here and then get up back, and then you know, it's gonna get rejected again, and then you're gonna go down, or maybe it's gonna get rejected beforehand. So you take profit beforehand. You got to make a plan, right? You got to make a plan. Or do you know, think that it's gonna go like this and then break out like that? So there's a few options there, all right? Or what you could do is you could get out here, take profit, and then you can get back in once you break out with the confirmation, right? With the volume, with everything, and then you can break all these resistances there and keep going up, some sort of news or something like that. So so TPG is interesting. TPG is interesting just to watch in this 10% range what's going to happen. TPM, right? So TLS is the Telstra. TLS is the Telstra. Let's have a look at Telstra, the granddaddy. So granddaddy is crashed. Wow. So like your Telstra holder, right, from 99, that's the, I guess that's the tech bubble, right? So yeah, there's a huge triangle here. Oops. So Telstra, you know, is this triangle gonna play out or not, right? 3 months, so we're heading up. We're testing the EMAs, so this is already offering some resistance here. You know, we bounced down and now we're tested again, and then we rejected with a wick. You can see the wick there, rejected. Let's zoom in, and well, yeah, like, you know, we bounced from oversold levels, right? That's on the monthly now. On the monthly, we've taken over the EMAs on the bounce from oversold. We changed the trend. We changed the trend on the monthly to uptrending, so that's good as well. And now what we're trying to do is we're trying to confirm that this was the high low here at 340. On the monthly, we need to break the high, which is $4, 401, to keep uptrending and possibly get up there to the triangle. On the weekly, so this huge run up here on the weekly broke down below the EMAs, and now we're back above it. We need to stay above it, and we need to break the higher highs. On the weekly, we are uptrending as well. We downtrended for a bit, so this could be our monthly consolidation for the monthly high low. And now we are forming a higher low and a higher high on the weekly. So we need to maintain this uptrend and stay above 346 for the weekly uptrend. And you know, you can try to get another weekly high low, either the EMAs, and you're hoping to hold the EMAs like they were held here, held, and broke. Maybe now we're gonna hold it again and then bounce back up to break to high on the weekly. And yes, it's a range again, right? It's sort of a range. So we had a huge run up. We had a down, like a consolidation down for 15%. Now we get a high. Now we're likely to get a higher low compared to 340. So once again, you could wait for the range to break to get in. You know, you can either break up or break down as it gets tighter. Let's see what's going to happen around to Telstra. If there's no news or financial crisis or something like that. So that's Telstra. So yeah, that's on the weekly though. Hey, we can even zoom in on the daily. On the daily, so we were uptrending here with a gap up, filled the gap, trying to hold the 21 EMA, but we closed below it, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. So basically, are we gonna where is gonna be our weekly high low, which is gonna be the low of the daily, and then we need to uptrend the daily again to get the weekly uptrend happening again. You can see here we got overbought, so we got rejection candles, 2 candles rejections confirmed, and that's why we dumped here. Plus we had the climax volume here, so that's another reversal signal. So yeah, you could have if you got out at the top, it's really good. All right, so that was how long? That was 23 minutes already. That's too long. So if you got any questions, just let me know. I was trying to go through this quick and maybe missed something, right? Like this trend line here, maybe gonna come into play. Anyway, see you guys later.